Good morning, golf fans. It's Alexander Toth, your host from Next Tee News, and this is Next Tee News for March 15th, 2022. So leading off, we're going to go to the Far East. Far East. I'm not talking Rhode Island. I'm not talking Newfoundland. I'm not even talking England or Ireland or any other of those good places. No, we're talking Thailand. This week in Thailand, the LPGA made their stop at the Honda LPGA Thailand, or LPGA Honda Thailand. Either way, we had yet another first-time winner on the LPGA. This winner was the first winner ever from Denmark, and that was none other than Nana, hopefully I say this right, Kurst Madsen. She played great golf all weekend long. I think her final score was 25 under at the end of the 4-round event. And my goodness, it was just a great event. For those that didn't watch any of it, you missed out. And yeah, I get it. For us in North America, it's a little bit tougher to watch these events when they're taking place on the other side of the world. Where they're 13 hours ahead of our time. So I get it if you didn't tune in and watch, but you missed some great golf. If you didn't get a chance to actually watch the event live, head over to YouTube and watch the highlights. I mean, some of the shots were just unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable shots, we got to move to, of course, the Players' Championship. It was a grind this week. The Players' Championship had one major adversary, and that was Mother Nature. One of the reasons why I love this event being moved back to its formal time, or typical time in March, it's March, not April, is because you never know what kind of weather you're going to get. You can get great weather, 80 degrees, benign conditions, or you can go the other way and have some not Florida-like conditions in April. We're talking temperatures below the 60s, rain, wind. And that was mostly what we had this week. And you know what? It gave the guys fits on the tour. If it wasn't that giving them fits, then it was the course itself giving them fits. Guys, I get it. You're making money. I know that this is big and it's important to you. I feel you. I do feel you. But you know what? Lighten up on the bitching and whining. It's the same course for everybody. Just because you're having a hard time with it doesn't mean that, say, Kevin Kistner's having a hard time with it. Doesn't mean that Anirban Lahiri is having problems with it. And it definitely doesn't mean that Cameron Smith was having problems with it. Conditions were great on Sunday for the final round. And Smith and a couple other guys took advantage of the conditions and they played great golf. But what more can you say about Anirban Lahiri? I always screw up his name whenever I get on camera. Don't know why. But Lahiri, I could feel for him after he missed the green on number 18, the 72nd hole, to set himself up for a chance for a playoff. It would have been a birdie putt. He sinks the birdie putt. We go to a playoff with Cameron Smith. He was fuming, or it appeared to be like he was fuming, walking up the fairway, walking up to the green, and yet he almost holed out that putt, or technically a chip from the front of the green there. I mean, if he would have won, that would have been a huge thing for golf in India. It's something that we can relate to here in Canada. When Weir won his Masters back in 2003, it just reverberated throughout the whole country. Well, just imagine that times how many more people. I mean, it's too bad that he didn't win, but he's a good guy. He seems like a nice guy, and good things are going to come his way. So Lahiri, keep your head high, chin up, and you'll be back. But what can you say about Cameron Smith? He was my pick to win, by the way, the Players, and he came through. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of takes that I can take from the story just with this alone. Ironically enough, his apparel sponsor Original Penguin, they just re-signed him just prior to the tournament, so his winning this event was very good timing. Sorry about the camera shake there, by the way. My dog is laying on the tripod. Aren't you, Muskoka? Yeah, you are. So, anyways, so they just re-signed him to that contract deal. Well, I mean, he played great golf, It was an up and down roller coaster ride through the last, 3 holes. I mean, he hits that great shot, and I'll be honest, when I was watching it live, his tee shot on 17 in the final round, I said, uh-oh, he found the water. But what a line and what a shot. That was aggressive, and you know what? He deserved to win the Players just on that shot alone. That's what major wins are made of. That's what major victories are made of. And then, you know what? Then he hits his tee shot into the pine straw. I mean, most of us saw what happened because, we were all watching, or most of us were watching it, so I don't need to recap the whole darn thing. But, then he puts that second shot into the water. But then he just happens to hit a great shot with a wedge into the 18th green and saves par. Was it a par? No, 1, 2, drop, 3, 4. Okay, it was bogey. Sorry, he saved bogey, but what a great bogey that was. It goes to show you, kids, you know what? Practicing your full swings, practicing driver, yeah, you have to do that. But you know what? I've always said, always practice your 25 yards and in, your 50 yards and in. Not even 100 in, but your 50 and less in. Because if you miss the green regulation, you gotta have that short game to back you up. That's the great equalizer, the short game. And Cameron Smith proved that. So Cameron, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Original Penguin. And boy, oh boy, did you ever get a lot of TV time. Admittedly, Canadians fared fairly well this weekend too. So kudos to Hadwin and Taylor Pendrith. He will be winning very soon on the PGA Tour, mark my words. And finally, we have a little bit of industry news where Asics, they brought out a new golf shoe, the Kiana Gel Ace. So be sure to check out the next tee for information on that shoe. And Ping, you might have seen the bags out there this week, the PLD bags. That stands for Putting Lab Design. It's a new series of limited quantity putters that Ping has brought out for the masses, and it gives you an experience with Ping like you've never had before. It's available in 2 blades and 2 semi-mallets. So be sure to check those out. And of course, Victor Hovland, man, he was there for a while, but it just wasn't meant to be this weekend for him. He uses the DS72, and they have a version of this through the Putting Lab Design that they're offering now. So that's it for Next Tee News for this week. The Epson Tour gets rebooted again this week, or gets restarted after a week off. Who else is back this week? I believe the Champions Tour is back this week or next week. They start over in the Middle East somewhere. I can't remember where. But anyways, we're back, baby. So now that the Players Championship has been done, now we can look forward to the first major of the year. No, it's not the Masters. It's on the LPGA. You know the one I'm talking about. And then, of course, the Masters. So golf season is definitely underway. And you know what? Not to be the selfish guy in the room, but it started for me too yesterday. Snow's gone, and I had my first outdoor session. So spring is here. Golf is back, baby. Signing off for today is Alex Toth, and we'll see you on the next tee.